Molly wasn't happy. She knew she should be, and that just made it worse. Being 5 was not old enough. Being 5 meant she had already spent a year of her life in school. It was her party, and let's face it, she thought, it's not going to be me that gets to enjoy it. Why was this? Well, the invitations on stupid clown paper handed out willy-nilly by her mother at her Tuesday night ballet class, for one. If only she could have written the invites herself. As a matter of fact, she had, under strict supervision, forced to copy her mom's handwritten lines, word for word. Molly seethed. She couldn't even reach the work surfaces of the lovely-smelling kitchen, longing to have a hand in the choice of ingredients and final decorations on the cake. Surely it's my cake. Surely it's my reputation on the line when the lights get switched off and my mother's smiling face, lit by the candles on top, comes in, starting that awful turgid rendition of Happy Birthday, only for me to blow them out, the lights go up, and reveal the final Teletubby in the set. Molly shuddered. The horrifying memory of last year's cake, Tinky Winky, the wrong color, and its TV tummy with an edible picture of herself in a dress her auntie from Australia had sent, a dress covered in bad pictures of kangaroos. Molly shuddered even more. "Are you cold, dear?" her mother asked as she whizzed by the room. "No, Mom, just excited about my birthday." "Don't get too excited, honey." "Oh, no, I won't," Molly shouted after her mom. "That won't be hard," Molly said to herself. Out the bedroom window, 14th Street stretched on towards the East Village. "An hour till the first ones arrive, I guess. I won't be able to change the party dress Mom strapped me into." Molly finished getting toys out of her toy box, placing them strategically, and put away her writing equipment. "Okay, it looks like a 5-year-old's room again. A few minutes' peace, I think." Molly placed a copy of The Wheels of the Bus onto the record player and laid on the needle. Whir click, whir click, whir click. The label at the center of the record continually bounced the needle, as all records do when they reach the end of a side. Molly had once had the pleasure of being introduced to the most sublime music. Her parents had decided that therapy was the only answer to her problem. Problem? What did they know? As it happens, in a way, they were right. Dr. Petramikis was amazing. Her mom was present, but the doctor's charm and warmth made her presence melt into the background like the rubber plant in the corner. He didn't say much, not much at all. He asked Molly did she like music. "Yes," she said rather curtly, still in a belligerent mood at having been dragged to a shrink. "I like TV theme tunes." Dr. Petramikis smiled. "I do, too. Have a listen to this. It's by—" The rest of what he said is lost to the music. But she does remember the music, and the lights when she shut her eyes, the distances she traveled, the patterns, the tunnels. Oh, yes, she remembers the tunnels. She still remembers the moment of clarity and opening her eyes to the sound of the needle bouncing on the label. She may not have the right record, but all records end the same. This meditative moment was disturbed by the first deluge of guests arriving for her party. Within moments, presents had been dumped at her feet. Every party game imaginable began in competitive earnest. Children who should know better was suffering from eating things that contain nuts. Molly's mom fell off the wagon and was found tearing into a piñata with a bread knife, and Molly's father began flirting with all the single mothers. Molly just stood. She stood in the same spot for half an hour, with unopened presents up to her knees, as if she were a Christmas tree fairy without a tree. In the other room she could hear the unmistakable sound of Happy Birthday being sung. Who the hell are they singing to? When they get to the bit where you're supposed to seamlessly insert the name of the lucky celebrant, they stopped. It fell silent. Then the sound of feet searching every room, hollering her name, sweetly at first, and then with panicked horror at having lost the birthday girl. They soon found her when one keen-eared child noticed classical music coming from one of the rooms. Molly stood blissfully by her record player. The wrapping paper remains of just one opened present lay at her feet. She had spotted Dr. Petromikis's bad handwriting on the label and ripped open the present to find a record. She had hurriedly put it on to find it was that record, the record he had played all those weeks ago at her first session. Molly turned to see all her family and friends stood watching her and listening. No fighting, no playing games, no bad, only good. This time she lifted the needle before the record could end.